Good afternoon, Thunder Nation. We're getting ready to start game 2 of this doubleheader today. Our Pikes Peak Thunder are taking the ice for warm-ups. We struggled in game 1, but is in a 3-1 loss. But all in all, a lot of positives coming out of the group. They played really hard, considering it's been a few months off for hockey for most of these kids. So, looking forward to another game 2 coming forward. I guess I'll be your audio commentator, Phil Tollefson. I guess I never introduced myself last time, so I apologize if you have to bear with me. This is the whopping second time I've ever had to do this. Hopefully, now that I have all the kids' names and numbers, I'll do a little bit better job of keeping track of them. If not, let me know in the comments section that I suck, and I'll do better. We're going to go ahead and pause for warm-up, so let you watch the kids. All right, so in typical second time ever doing this, we evidently selected the Tier 1 games. So if you are tuning in to watch the Tier 1 Thunder team play, their broadcast is actually going to be under the pre-built Tier 2 stream and vice versa. My apologies for people who are looking for the wonderful Dan Holsgrove to be commentating. You're stuck with me, but stick right in if you want to watch the Tier 2. Apologies for that. We'll get underway here in about 2.5 minutes. Welcome back, Thunder Nation. Once again, just a public service announcement. If you are tuning in for the Tier 1 game, that is actually going to be under the Tier 2 feed on the webpage. We apologize for that. We got a little scramble this morning with us all being new to this and everything. This is Game 2 for Tier 2 Pikes Peak Thunder versus Dakota Ridge. Again, Tier 2 game versus Dakota Ridge. Tier 1 is on the other channel, so if you want to check your YouTube channels and select the other game, you can watch that. But if you're sticking around for the Tier 2 kids, we're getting ready for puck drop in just a second. So it looks like we're going to have Wesley Hall taking the face-off with Colton Snuggs and Jamison Cooper line 1. Starting on defense, we got Kolega and Tollefson, and starting in goal is the infamous Dusty Adams-Brown. Dakota wins the face-off. No control in the neutral zone. Puck is pushed forward into the Thunder defensive zone. Puck's coming up the near side boards, brought out to center ice by Jamison Cooper. Check-in on it is Wesley Hall, and knocked back in behind the net by Dakota Ridge. Cole Tollefson brings it out past the blue line on center ice. Puck handles around defense, gets inside, and spectacularly slips and falls, but Wesley Hall picks up the puck and gets a shot just off the right side of the net. Anthony Serafino is now on the ice, and Kolega gets a shot. Rebound comes right back to Serafino, who can't get a stick on a bouncing puck. Thunder maintain the zone. Serafino is trying to dangle through a couple defenders, unable to do so. Like Gavin Leons keeps the puck in on the blue line, holds it in the near side boards, and we got a puck battle in the right of the Dakota Ridge goaltender. Soft shot on goal from the point, easy save by Dakota Ridge. Anthony Serafino forechecking in the slot. We are maintaining possession of this puck splendidly for the first minute and a half of this game. Another soft shot on goal, easy save by Dakota Ridge. Isaac Everhart trying to control the puck in the corner. Isaac Everhart 1-on-2 in the corner, backed up by Gavin Leon, who pushes it to the point. Thunder unable to maintain in the zone. Oh, no, they did. They kept it in there. Isaac Everhart passes over to Trevor Van Winkle, who sends a soft shot wide of the net. Thunder lose control, and Dakota Ridge is forced to do nothing but ice the puck because they have been running around in circles for 2 minutes. So, that's a spectacular spark for this game. These boys and ladies, I can't forget about Miss Fu, are up and ready to go. Line change. So we've got 34 Gage Nielsen taking the face off with, we're still trying to figure out who's coming off the bench here, but we've got Isaac Everhart and Karina Fu backing it up with Wallace Stover and Caden Zwally. Face off is held by the Thunder in the far corner of the offensive zone. Karina's trying to dangle behind the net, taken over by Everhart. Everhart's fighting with the Dakota Ridge defender. They're still trying to get out of the zone. We are maintaining control. Dover pinches in, holds the puck in the offensive zone. Puck gets to a Dakota defender who takes it behind the net and circles around the far boards, trying to push it up the far wall. Held in by Caden Zwally. Caden pushes it down, back down into the corner. Dakota Ridge defense that takes it and just sends it down the ice for yet another icing. Well, I know head coach Mike Snuggs and assistant coach Paul got to be pretty happy with this start because I don't think the puck has crossed the red line aside the icing. We're going to do line change. We set up defenders. Right now we're rolling with Colt Tollefson and who's that over there? We've got Marshall Kaluga on offense. It looks like we've got Blasco taking the face off. He is anchored by Hayden Wiseman and Koa Severe. Blasco's got the puck in our defensive end for the very first time, but he's quickly chipping it off the boards and moving it through central. He quickly gets the offensive line and goes for a centering pass. Beautiful centering pass. Shot and a goal. 1-0 with a goal from Hayden Wiseman. Beautiful centering pass from Blasco right to the center of the crease. And he swept it in under the outstretched left pad of the Dakota Ridge goalie for 1-0 in the first. 11:45. This is a dominant start for the Pikes Peak Thunder. They are looking good. We're going to keep the same lines and the forwards on the ice. Defense swapped out. We got Colt Tollefson and Marshall Kaliga backing it up. Another face-off win by the Thunder, pushed into the Dakota Ridge zone in the far boards. Defense behind the backside of the net to the near side boards, pushing it up through center. This is the most I've seen out of out of Dakota Ridge thus far, and it's quickly taken away by a back-checking Hayden Wiseman who takes the puck. Puck goes off the red line. Soft shot wide of the goal by Dakota Ridge. Hayden Wiseman takes it out, gets out of the zone, passes it out to Blasco, who's at the blue line. He sends it forward off the post. Ringer off the near side post. It would have been 2-0 Thunder. Dakota Ridge has it in the corner. Blasco's forechecking, takes it away. Again, sends it nearby. We've got Koa Severe forechecking. Koa is all by himself at the front of the net. And Dakota Ridge, once again, ices the puck. Oh, for those of you who decided to stick around and watch the Tier 2 game, I hope the Tier 1 boys are doing just as good as the Tier 2 boys are this early in the game, because thus far this is looking pretty good. It's 10:52 left in the first period. We've got a new line. We've got Wesley Hall taking the face-off. He's going to be anchored by Breck Hawley and Braxton Burke. At defense, it looks like we're going to have Mr. Trevor Van Winkle out there, and maybe brothers. Looks like Trevor and Travis Van Winkle are currently playing defense. We got nothing but a puck battle behind the boards. They're in the far side corner. Dakota Ridge sends it out to neutral, where it's controlled by Trevor Van Winkle, who sends it right back in. And unfortunately, we had a whole cluster in the near side boards at the blue line, and we are offside. So, with 10:20 in the first, we're going to have us another line change. Coming back out, we've got Jamison Cooper, Wallace Dover, Colton Snuggs. We've got Isaac Everhart taking the face off. And Wally, I already said Wally, Cadence Wally on defense. Thunder win it into the far boards of the defensive zone. Puck is taken and cleared by Cadence Wally to center ice. Drifting into the offensive zone where Dakota Ridge will move back to pick it up. Good forecheck by the Thunder. They take possession of the offensive zone. Jamison Cooper coming across the top of the circle, slides off his puck, and unfortunately is out of the zone, but we retain possession in the neutral zone. Dakota Ridge picks up a loose puck. They are offside, and we're going to do this again. All right, so pretty good start. A line change. Looks like we've got Anthony Serafino coming in with Karina Frew, and who else we got over here? Gavin Leon anchoring the wings. We got Trevor Van Winkle on defense, and Travis and Trevor Van Winkle. We'll just call it the Van Winkle defensive line. All right. Thunder still controlling the puck in the defensive zone. They're breaking out. Serafino's breaking up the near side boards, pushes it into the corner. Dakota Ridge tries to chip up the boards. Gavin Leon gets control, takes a quick shot on goal. Quick save by Dakota Ridge, and we got a stoppage. And a line change. Looks like the Blasco line's coming out. Mr. Blasco's coming out with Gage Nelson and Koa Severe to take face off. We're going to keep the Van Winkles on defense. We got puck drop. Dakota Ridge wins a face-off. Good for them. And they're breaking around the backside of the goal on the far side boards. Quick pass up the neutral zone. Chipped forward into the far corner. No icing is called. Van Winkles are fighting. Blasco just tries to delete a kid in the near side corner. defenseman throws it in behind the net and goes all the way around. Nice centering attempt by Dakota Ridge, but it goes too far and it comes out. We got Gage Nelson trying to push it forward in the offensive zone, but it's knocked back into the defensive zone. Travis Van Winkle chips it up into the Dakota Ridge and is forechecking in. Quick pass out by Dakota Ridge to the neutral zone, and they are 1-on-2 into the offensive zone of the Thunder. Dakota Ridge, forward, left alone in front of the goal. Tries to get a weak backhand off. It goes wide of the goal. All right. Thunder get control, and they pushing it forward. We've got Cora Severe forechecking into the corner. It's a 2-on-2 matchup. Dakota Ridge gets a hold of it, swings it around the backside of the goal to the near side boards, where Breck Hawley, nice hand knockdown, tries to keep it in the zone. Unfortunately, unable to keep it in there. Breck Hawley's got control on the far side boards at the defensive blue line. He takes it past it near side to Wesley Hall, who sent it up to the neutral zone into the offensive. Dakota Ridge just deletes himself by trying to put himself in a board and a hit. We got a shot attempt by a stick in front. Slight puck battle behind the net. And Dakota Ridge does what they seem to be doing best right now, and wrap it around the boards the length of the ice for an icing. All right. 7:31 left in the first. 1-0 Pikes Peak Thunder. Tier 2. Game at 7:31 left in the first. 1-0 Pikes Peak Thunder Tier 2. Once again, for anybody going to be joining late, if you're tuning in for the Tier 1 game, we messed up. Apologies. You're going to want to look at the other feed for the Tier 2 game that's listed on YouTube. All right. We've got puck drop. All right. Pikes Peak Thunder win the face-off. But lose control of Dakota Ridge, who's breaking out of the defensive zone, coming in into the offensive zone, but lose the puck. Quick turnover to Thunder. We've got Isaac Everhart with control on the far side corner. He's looking for a centering pass, wraps around the backside of the goal, loses the puck in the slot, and Dakota Ridge pushes it out. Marshall Kaliga goes back and gets a hold of it. Colt Tollefson takes it from him, and he brings it up outside of the zone. Puck is on the near side blue line, and we got a puck battle with a couple Thunder and a couple Dakota Ridge kids. Colt Tollefson gets control of it. He pushes it forward to Isaac Everhart. It goes to the far side to Wallace Stover, who sends it up the far side boards with the blue line inside, but Dakota takes possession. And they're cycling out through center ice with some speed. Get around our defense, a quick wrap, but a nice save by Dusty Adams Brown on an outstretched stretch play across the front. That was a nice save by him. All right, Isaac Everhart gets control back in the offensive zone, but he's 1-on-4 in the zone. And it looks like Thunder are starting to head for a line change. We've got Jameson Cooper and Colton Snuggs fighting in the corner. Puck comes out to Caden Zoll. He takes a soft shot on goal. Looking for a redirection. Karina Frew is there, but unable to get a stick on it, and it's a stoppage by Dakota Ridge with 6:02 left in the first. So at the dot, we've got Karina Frew, anchored by Jameson Cooper and Colton Snuggs currently. On defense, we've got the Van Winkles. Thunder control on the near side corner, push it out to Kaliga at the corner, out to Van Winkle at the corner, but he loses it. And if we got a 2-on-1 with Snuggs back checking. Travis Van Winkle gets control, gets it out of the zone on the near side, pushes up to center where Dakota Ridge takes over. Karina forechecks in, she gets control at the blue line. Centering pass slightly behind Jameson Cooper, who gets control, and he attempts to center it. Colton Snuggs kicks it forward, but it gets taken over by Dakota Ridge, who's pushing up into the offensive zone. They're in the slot, shoot over the goal. Lucky there, that was a nice shot attempt by Dakota Ridge. They wrap it around the backside of the goal on the far boards. And we got a little bit of a puck battle between a couple Thunder folks and a couple Dakota Ridge in the far side boards. Nobody wants to move it, everybody's locked in like glue. Somebody whacks something. There it goes. Puck comes out center ice. Thunder advancing, but it gets knocked right back the other way. Dakota Ridge controlling near side boards in the corner, wrapping around the back side of the goal. Sends it out to the far side point. Sent forward. Puck's turned over. Thunder take control, get out of the zone, and they're coming through the center ice. We've got Trevor Van Winkle with control. He takes it, shot on a one-timer from Jamison Cooper. Top shelf over the glove. Nothing Dakota Ridge could do about that. But watch that puppy ring the net. It's a good thing there wasn't a bottle up there. That thing would be sitting on the ice. 2-0. Pikes Peak Thunder. Nice job, boys. That's some great hard work we got going there. A lot of energy. The kids are looking good. It's 2-0. Pikes Peak Thunder with 4:26 left in the first. We got the Blasco line. He is anchored by Gavin Leon and Gage Nelson. Dakota Ridge wins the face-off and control in their defensive zone. Defensemen are passing it from board to board. Finally chip it out to center ice, where they begin their attack. They dump it into the far side corner where Kaliga goes and recovers it from behind the net. He chips it past the defender and starts working his way out. And he just works his way through all of the four checkers, goes down, gets a shot on goal. Nice blocker saved by Dakota Ridge, but nice scoring attempt. I said Thunder loses control. The pocket comes out to center ice. Kaliga again gets control of it. That's nice stick by Dakota Ridge. They get control. Great back check by Kaliga. He gets it right back, sends it up to Gage Nelson, who hand pats it to himself. Passed. Defender gets control and takes it to the slot. Defenseman intercepts that pass, sends it back out to center ice. Dakota Ridge controls far side board. The centering pass goes nowhere. Thunder take over and chip it back up softly into the defensive zone. Offensive zone, no icing, doesn't have enough get there. Wesley Hall on a forecheck near side corner boards. He steals it from him. Oh, nice hold by Dakota Ridge to keep him from getting to it, but Wesley Hall takes control of the puck, and Thunder still control far side boards. Wesley Hall and Breck Holly fighting for it, trying to get control of the puck. It's now on the near side boards where it's stolen by Dakota Ridge, who starts to break out. We got no defense back. We got Dover gets back to the center, but we've got a nice one on. Oh, fantastic save. Dakota Ridge had a nice pass deep around our defense and got a good shot from about 5 feet in front of Dustin Adams-Brown, who collapses, takes away everything low, and gobbled up that puck. Nice save, Dustin. That's going to bring us a line change with 2:31 left in the first. So we got Anthony Serafino's line. We're taking the face off. I can't see anyone else's number, so we'll get him to him here in a little bit. All right, Serafino wins the face-off, and he backhands it out to center ice. It keeps on sliding. Looks like it goes a little too far, and we're going to end up with an icing on the Thunder. All right. Looks like we've got the Van Winkles on defense. Anthony Serafino still taking that face-off, and then we've got Breck Holly and who else we got out there? Can't see. Dakota Ridge wins the face-off, but it's intercepted by Breck Holly, who takes it out to center ice. We've got Hayden Wiseman gets control of the puck, gets a soft shot on goal, it's deflected in the near side corner. Kicked back out to center ice by Dakota Ridge, sent back in by Travis Van Winkle. His pass is intercepted by Dakota Ridge, who sends it in the near side corner. They can't do anything with it there. Dakota Ridge has control. He dekes around one defender, turns and shoot. Nice save by Dusty on a turnaround shot. We got one kid trying to take a run at Serafino in the corner, but he missed. And we got a slight puck battle down in the corner. Puck comes out to Breck Holly, who's moving it forward out of the zone. Attempts to pass it forward to Hayden Wiseman, but the pass is cut off by Dakota Ridge. They send it back in. It's taken over by Trevor Van Winkle, who tries to send it across, but that was intercepted and sent into the far side defensive zone by Dakota Ridge. Travis gets control, passes it forward to Breck Holly, up the near side boards. Battle at the blue line. We're finally in the center ice. Dakota Ridge takes over. Tries to dump it back in, and puck ends up on a Thunder stick. It looks like we've got Braxton cutting through traffic, cuts around. Braxton knocks over a kid 2 times the size, which is kind of entertaining to watch. Nice centering pass from Hayden to the center, but nobody there in the slot, and the puck comes out center ice. Marshall Kliga retrieves the puck, kicks it forward to Isaac Everhart, who's got control. Nice drop pass to Colt, who loses it on the defenseman's stick. Dakota Ridge is breaking up, but nice back check by forwards, knock it forward. We've got control. We've got Marshall Kaliga stick handling backwards towards people, gets it over to Karina Frew, who takes a shot towards goal, ends up on the backside of the net. Isaac Everhart takes it, turnaround shot, saved by Dakota Ridge. Goes to the corner, back out to the point, and it's currently sitting on the stick of Karina Frew, who sends it to the high slot for a shot that's blocked. Dakota Ridge takes over, poke check at center ice. Dakota Ridge takes it and dumps it in, and that is the end of the clock and the end of the first period. There we go. Shots are 10-5. Score is 2-0 Thunder. We are in the second period intermission, and we're going to get an ice cut because we're cutting ice every two periods in this tournament. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll chat with you later. Welcome back, Thunder Nation. We're getting ready to start period 2 here at Sports Stable. Your Pikes Peak Thunder are up 2-0 with goals by Trevor Van Winkle and Hayden Wiseman in the first period. First goal occurred at 4:26. Trevor Van Winkle from Jamison Cooper, and the second one at 11:45. Hayden Wiseman from William Blasco. Thunder have been dominating this performance against Dakota Ridge, and we're hoping for more of the same here in the second. Just as a public service announcement, if you were tuning into this hoping to watch the Tier 1 team, my apologies. We started the feed under the Tier 1 game, so the Tier 1 game is actually under the Tier 2 game on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching, they're in intermission right now, but if that's what you're looking for, swing on up. We got puck drop. William Blasco wins the face-off back to Trevor Van Winkle, who pushes it forward into the offensive zone. Taken over by Dakota Ridge, who coasts through center ice and around our defense behind the net. Dakota Ridge is cycling the puck, and it is quickly taken away by Hayden Wiseman, who pushes it forward in the neutral zone. Dakota Ridge gets it back and is working through a flurry of 3 Thunder defenders and is unable to get it. Thunder chip it up to the near side boards. It's sent back in wide of the goal. It's taken over by Travis Van Winkle, who pushes it forward to Koa Severe. Koa, Jamison, and Blasco get it in. Jamison takes a shot, but it goes just wide of the goalie. Travis Van Winkle takes it over from the blue line, sends it back to Koa, who sends it in on goal. Blasco gets control of the puck. Centering attempt is intercepted by Dakota Ridge, who breaks out. Developing 2-on-1. Dakota Ridge gets there, but they are at the blue line. Dakota Ridge has it behind our goaltender, Dusty Adams-Brown, who is making his second high school start. He played second half of last game and has only given up 1 goal. He's been playing fantastic thus far. We got puck battle on the near side boards. Will Blasco, a couple Dakota Ridge guys. It looks like we're just going to cement in there right now, and everyone's going to stand around for a minute. The refs are trying to get them to get the puck out. Dakota Ridge does and dumps it into the far side corner where the puck is picked up by Travis Van Winkle. He cycles around the back side of the puck and sends it forward. Missed pass to Will Blasco, and it results in an icing. Looks like we're going for a line change. All right, we're gonna have a face-off back in the Thunder defensive zone on the near side boards. Looks like we're gonna have Jamison Cooper, Wesley Hall, and Colton Snubs, with Caden Zwally and Wallace Stover on defense. Dakota Ridge is finishing up their line change, and we got puck drop. Dakota Ridge gets control, sends it behind Dusty Adams-Brown, who leaves it for Wallace Stover, who sends it back around the near side boards. Pushed up the near side boards, forecheck by Snugs. Wesley Hall picks it up, sends it forward with just a slight miss pass up to Jamison Cooper, who was streaking through center. Unfortunately, we're going to have another icing. So let's do it again. All right, 12:46 left in the second. Face off in the near side boards. Defensemen stayed the same. We've got Wallace Stover, Caden Zwally, Anthony Serafino, Isaac Everhart, and Gavin Leon. The puck is won by Dakota Ridge. They're controlling this neutral zone. They're center in the far corner where Dover goes to recover from behind the goal. Dover tries to push up near side board out to center. Over to Leon, who sends it across. Nobody's home. No icing. Serafino sends it out to Isaac Everhart in the slot. He's not able to do anything with it and cycles back around the backside of the goal. Serafino maintains control of the slot, gets it to Everhart, who turns around and takes a snapshot off the back glass, and it comes out of the zone. Dakota Ridge has control. Dakota Ridge forward sends it wide of the far post, where it's picked up by Caden Zwally, who moves up the near side boards, sends it up to Serafino, who sends it into the offensive zone. Dakota Ridge takes over and sends it back forward. We've got some kind of mess up here. We got a 2-on-0 on Dusty Adams-Brown. who does a great job stretching out. Man, that was a complete defensive breakdown. Dusty saved us right there, and he pushed him wide and ended up missing his shot wide of the net. Again, another shot from the point from Dakota Ridge off the far side of the net. Thunder finally get control of it, and they just send it down the ice for an icing. Good time to regroup, but that was a missed opportunity for Dakota Ridge. We got lucky. All right, new face-off, new set of personnel out there. We're going to have Marshall Kaliga and Colt Tollefson on defense. Looks like we're going to have Karina Frew, Gage Nelson, and where's our other forward? There we go, Brexton Hawley on offense. Thunder win the face-off, push it forward, quick shot on goal on Dusty is an easy save. He covers up for another face-off. Let's do it again. Once again, the face-off is going to be in the near side corner. Same personnel. Face-off is being taken by Karina Fruit. Nope, face-off is taken by Gage Leon. Gavin Leon, my apologies. Puck comes center ice, moved up by Colt Tollefson. He's moving up 4-on-2 with his forwards. He gets around one defender, takes it, loses it in the corner, sends it back around. Nice centering pass up to the point. Kaliga gets a hold of it, but it's intercepted by Dakota Ridge, who pushes it forward. All the way down past the red line on the Thunder end. Puck's again taken over by Thunder defenseman. Dakota Ridge sends it back in the corner. It's set behind the goal. Karina Frew picks it up in the far side corner, sends it out to the point. We got a pretty decent hit by Breck Hawley on the Dakota Ridge defenseman at the blue line. And we got all kinds of scrambliness in front. Colt Tollefson comes out of the scramble with the puck, sends it up to Gage Nelson, who gets it across the offensive blue line, tries to deke through two defenders. Puck's taken away. Puck gets that back out to Dakota Ridge, who is now on a one-on-one. Quick shot, left pad saved by Dusty, sends it into the corner. Dakota Ridge maintains possession. Karina intercepts the pass, sends it over to Breck Hawley, who sends it in from the red line in the far corner. Looks like Thunder going for a line change. Travis Winkle goes down, pinches, sends it to center, tries to keep it in the zone. Blasco comes out, absolutely deletes the kid on the near side boards. That kid's lucky he held up. Blasco chips the puck forward, and we've got Koa Severe puts it in the corner and goes to retrieve it. Nice centering pass out to the front of the net, comes out to the far side point. Kaliga sends it in softly. Intercepted, goes in the corner. Dakota Ridge sends it out to center ice, where Trevor Van Winkle takes possession and sends it up. Comes out of the zone to Koa Severe. Koa and Hayden Wiseman are working their way in. Blasco attempts a shot, comes off the high, it's deflected off the high glass. We got back and forth action here, but Dakota Ridge now has control. They're moving back through the zone. They're trying to get past the Van Winkle brothers, but that's not happening. Oh, but Dakota Ridge goes down into the corner, and it looks like they're going to call a trip on Travis Van Winkle. I didn't see it. Looked like the kid fell on his own account, but I wasn't down there, so that's what it is. The Pikes Peak Thunder are going to be on the penalty kill with 8:45 left in the second period. Still up 2-0. Shots have evened out. It's been all Dakota Ridge in the second period. We've evened up 10-10 on shots. On the penalty kill, we've got Jamison Cooper, Wallace Stover, Colton Snuggs, and Cadence Wally. Oh, that's unfortunate. They lose the face-off. Gets to the point. Quick snapshot from the point, gets through traffic and beats Dusty, and it looks like it went 5-hole, and we're going to have a tie game. That was a short penalty kill, but a lot of traffic in front. So we're all notched up, 8:39 in the second period. Excuse me, no, it's 2-1, my bad. Forgot about that second goal. Refs are in a hurry, so we've got Wesley Hall out for the face-off with Colton Snuggs and Jamison Cooper. Dover and Zwally are still at defense. Puck's controlled by the Thunder and center ice. Dover sends the puck in the far side corner, but Thunder were offside, so they're tagging back up and going back to retrieve. Wesley Hall's forechecking in, supported by Caden Zwally. He gets it off a stick, and the puck is in the far side corner. Colton Snugs and Wesley Hall force them to turn back, and the puck is still in the Dakota Ridge zone, now on the near side boards. Dakota Ridge finally able to get it out, 3-on-2. Back checking Snugs makes it a 3-on-3. Puck is centered, doesn't go anywhere. We're now on the near side boards of the Thunder zone. Wallace Dover gets a hold of it, sends it down. Looks like it's tipped by Dakota Ridge and ends up behind the Thunder Ridge goalie. They go back to retrieve and working their breakout while we're doing a line change. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dakota Ridge sneaks in on a soft 2-on-1, takes a snapshot, beats Dusty Brown far side low, and now we got a tie game at 7:18 in the second. Shots are 12-10. Thunder need to pick it up. They played really good in the first period and it's trailed off here in the second. Back of the lineup, we're going to have Gage Nelson taking the face off. He's going to be anchored by Braxton Burke and Brett Hawley. On defense, Colt Tollefson and Marshall Kaliga. They push it forward into the offensive zone. Looks like Braxton's fighting with it in the corner. Puck comes out center ice, taken over by Dakota. Kaliga tries to take a shot. It's blocked, ends up behind the net. We've got a attempted shot on goal on a wraparound. It's covered by the Dakota Ridge goaltender. Looks like we're going to swap out some forwards. We've got Anthony Serafino, Braxton Burris, and what we got over here? Gavin Leon. Puck's won by Thunder, who's sent a shot wide, taken over by Dakota Ridge, who's trying to break it out on the far side. Up to center ice. 1-on-2. Dakota Ridge trying to cut around defenseman, working it behind the backside of the goal. They sent it back behind the goaltender, who has now been swapped out. Dusty is gone to the bench, and it looks like Dylan Delaberry has taken over as the Thunder goalie. Thunder control in the offensive zone, and they're sending it back around the boards. We're getting a couple line changes going on. Defense is swapping out. Dakota Ridge is trying to control and find a way out of the zone. They push it forward. Puck is intercepted by Trevor Van Winkle, who sends it back into the offensive zone. And we have a stoppage for something. Looks like we got a player down in the corner. Didn't see what happened, but it looks like it's a Dakota Ridge player in the near side boards. I didn't see what happened, but we got a stoppage of play for an injury coming up here. Hopefully he's all right. All right, we got kids getting up, so looks like we might have a minor shoulder injury, but he's getting up under his own power and heading to the bench. So that's a good sign for Dakota Ridge. He's heading to the bench. We're going to resume play here in a second. 5:47 left in the second period. Tie game, 2-2. Blasco lines coming onto the ice. Will Blasco's taking the center, anchored by Koa and Hayden Wiseman at defense. We've got the Van Winkles. Puck's drop. It's taken over by Dakota Ridge, who breaks out of the defensive zone through center towards the Van Winkles. Trevor Van Winkle and Travis. Travis comes over to help. Puck's behind the Thunder goal in the near side corner. Held against the boards. We got a puck battle. We got 3 Dakota Ridge players fighting off the Van Winkles, trying to get control of the puck. Thunder win that battle and push it up out of the zone. We've got Koa Severe forechecking on the Dakota Ridge defenseman. Puck is taken by Will Blasco near side boards, who takes a quick shot, saved by the goalie, and we're going to have a stoppage. So we're going to have defensive swap out. Caden Wally and Wallace Dover taking over. Wholesale change. Looks like the Wesley Hall line is coming back on with Jamison Cooper and Colton Snipes. Puck drop. West wins it back to Wallace Dover, who holds it at the blue line. Oh, he loses an edge, falls down, but gets it over to Caden Wally, who controls on the near side. Caden then takes a hard hit, knockdown. Puck is maintained possession by Pikes Peak Thunder, who take it in. Wesley Hall dekes around a couple, sends it far side. Oh, and Wesley Hall slides that puppy far side inside the post for a 3-2 Thunder lead with 4:44 left in the second. That was absolute wheels by Wesley Hall, cutting through center ice, cutting around the defenseman, and cutting back and just pushing it just far enough that the defenseman didn't see it. That line is going to stay on the ice, no line change, and here's the puck drop. Dakota Ridge wins the face-off and sends it back behind their own red line. Dakota Ridge takes it, chips it out to center ice, where it's taken by Dover, who sends it back into the offensive zone. I didn't realize they were offside. Thunder are offside. We got another stoppage at 4:26, and we're going to have a wholesale line change. So, looks like it's going to be an intentional offside. We're going to go ahead and bring the puck back to the Thunder near side face-off dot, where we got Karina Frew, Anthony Serafino, Isaac Everhart, and then we're going to be anchored by Marshall and Colt. Dakota wins the face-off, gets a shot on goal, no harm done. It's blocked up front. Colt Carlson takes it, ships it up the boards, and gets it center ice. Karina Frew on the forecheck, she gets the puck, but it looks like they're calling a hand pass. Nope. Looks like Anthony Serafino's catching a penalty. We've got a slash on Anthony Serafino. He's going to sit 2 minutes in the sin bin, and we're going to be man down. So 4:12 left in the second period. Pikes Peak Thunder on the penalty kill. Same personnel minus Serafino are on the ice. Refs are sorting out a couple things. We're ready for puck drop. Karina Frew gets control. She sends it over to Marshall Kaliga, who moves it up through center. He is shorthanded, 1-on-4, but he's controlling the puck behind the net, and he is just spinning circles. He sends it back behind where Frew is able to get control, sends it out to Colt Tolleson at the point. He sends it back into the corner. Are they on the power play, or are we on the power play? Not quite sure yet, because they ain't done jack. Once again, we got control of it. We're still controlling it short-handed. Send it back out. We got a potential breakaway. Nice stick check by Marshall Kaliga, who lifts the stick. Thunder maintain possession near side boards. Go ahead and send it the length of the ice. Kill off another few seconds of this penalty. And all four, we're going wholesale change. We got 1 minute left on the kill. And we got, looks like three new defenders. We've got Travis Van Winkle made it onto the ice, as well as Hayden Wiseman and Wesley Hall. Colt Tolleson still in on defense. Dakota Ridge controls on the near side boards. Send it forward, it is tipped and ends up behind the net. Thunder take control and try to clear it. Controlled by Dakota Ridge, sent back into the far side corner. Thunder battling in the corner. Far side boards, it's chipped out to center ice. 23 seconds left in the penalty kill. Dakota Ridge takes over, dekes around West, and gets the blue line. They're maintaining possession right now, but not doing a whole lot with it. And Dillon says, I've seen enough of this. The puck slides to him, and he covers it up. We got 2:20 left in the second period, 8 seconds left on the penalty kill. We're going with a line change. Blasco and Snugs are coming out as forwards. The other Van Winkle comes out to play defense with his older brother, and puck drop happens. Blasco moves it forward, goes ahead and sends it down the length of the ice, and he's forechecking in. He turns around, shot goes on. No, nice save, rebound, nice and juicy left up front. Thunder unable to get to it. Dakota Ridge controls and starts working on their breakout. Dakota Ridge trying to move through center. Blasco edges them off the puck, and Thunder take control of the puck. Dakota Ridge chips it into the far side corner where Trevor Van Winkle gets control of it. Dekes around at Dakota Ridge, and he's going to go ahead and just take it himself. And he's moved himself up to the center ice. He's 1-on-3, drop pass to Blasco. Pass is intercepted by Dakota Ridge. Nice stick by Gage Nelson to knock it off a Dakota Ridge player, and the puck is chipped into the bench. We're going to have a stoppage, 1:30 left, and another line change. Serafino is out of the box, and we are full strength. We got Caden Zawley, Wallace Stover on defense, and we've got Braxton Bruce, Gage Nelson, and Breck Hawley on offense. Dover gets control of the puck, pushes it forward into the offensive zone where Hawley is forechecking. Nelson intercepts a pass, trying to maintain possession. Dakota Ridge takes over. Swally gets control of the puck in the far side corner. He leaves it for Braxton. Braxton pushes out of the zone and sends it forward to Gage Nelson, who's all by himself in the center of the ice. He takes it down near side, gets a soft shot towards goal. No, that was a pass or a shot. Regardless, it was gobbled up by the Dakota goaltender, and we're going to have another stoppage. New set of forwards. We're going to have the Wesley Hall line with Nelson and who's that? Nelson and Koa on forwards, Colt and Marshall on defense. Marshall takes over. He tries to send it into the corner. Dakota Ridge goes to retreat. Koa forechecks. Colt pinches a blue line. He takes a hit to the near side boards. Puck comes out to Wesley Hall, who takes a quick shot from the center hash, and it's glove save by Dakota Ridge with 38 seconds left. Same personnel for the face-off. Puck's drop. Dakota Ridge tries to clear it. Pikes Peak takes over. Centering pass doesn't quite connect, but Jamison Cooper controls in a near side corner. Wesley Hall, Cooper, and Tollefson are all fighting for it. Hall gets control of it, takes a snapshot. Looks like a quick save off a Dakota Ridge goalie into the near side corner. Wesley Hall goes back and forecheck. Nice pinch there. We've got Jamison pinching. We've got Koa pinching, and puck comes out. Colt sends it back behind the bot. We have 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Marshall can't keep it in. That's going to be the period. And at the end of 2, your Pikes Peak Thunder are up 3-2. Welcome to the start of the third period. Your Pikes Peak Thunder Tier 2 team is ready for face-off. We're getting ready to start here underway. We got Dylan DeLaberry in goal. Thunder holding a 3-2 lead. Face-off is controlled by the Thunder at center ice and sent into the Dakota Ridge zone. Dakota Ridge kicks it back out. Thunder maintain control. Thunder get control. We've got Anthony Serafino with a shot on goal from the far side, top of the circle. It is a glove save by the goaltender, and we'll have a stoppage of play. Thus far, the first period was fantastic for the Thunder. The second period was a little hit or miss. We'll see how they do in the third. Face-off is lost by the Thunder. Dakota Ridge wraps it around. It ends up on the stick of Trevor Van Winkle, who's able to hold the blue line and send it back in. Centering pass goes errant. Nobody home. Ends out on a Dakota Ridge forward stick, who sends it behind DeLaberry. Thunder controlling on the near side board, pushing it out, and we've got a rush going. All right, we've got Isaac Everhart and Gavin Leon in control. Nice centering pass. Puck is loose in front of the goal, and nice cover by Dakota Ridge. That puppy was bouncing around. It ended up between his legs, but he sat back on it, was able to get a stoppage. Won't get a wholesale line change with the Blasco line coming on. On defense, we're going to have Gage. Looks like we're going to have Gage Nelson and Colt Tollefson anchoring a D. Blasco's about 2 times bigger than almost every kid out here right now, and he's been using his size most of the game. He wins the face-off back to Thunder defense, but they're able to maintain control, and Dakota Ridge ends up with it in the far side boards. Soft shot from the far corner is an easy save by Dylan. He covers it up, and we'll have another face-off. No line change. Looks like we're going to keep the same personnel and do it again. All right, puck's dropped. Blasco wins it forward to himself, and he starts to take it out of the zone. He sends it across over to Hayden Wiseman. He takes a snapshot off the crossbar and down. Oh, nothing like robbery from the crossbar. Colt keeps it in the blue line. It's sent back down. His centering pass is intercepted. Puck is knocked out of the zone by Dakota Ridge. Thunder maintain control, get it back, right back in, and begin their forecheck. Dakota Ridge has possession of the puck, send it to the far side corner, and they start working their breakout. Thunder need to do some back checking because it's a 4-on-2. We've got a little bit of a scramble play on that 4-on-2, but Dakota Ridge tried to hero puck that thing through around everybody, and it ended up quickly in the glove of Dylan with another stoppage. We're going to bring out some new personnel. It's like Wesley Hall, Colton Snuggs, and Jamison Cooper's line is out there right now. Wall Stover and Caden Volley came out on defense. Puck is won by the Thunder into the near side corner. Jamison tries to send it back up and gets it out of the zone, but Dakota Ridge maintains control. Dakota Ridge cycles through neutral zone, gains the zone, tries to take a shot, shot's blocked. Secondary shot by Dakota Ridge goes over the net. Dakota Ridge sends it in again from the far side boards. It's an easy glove save by Dylan, and we'll go with another face-off and another line change. Looks like Karina threw Braxton Bursch and Brett Hawley. I apologize. I keep forgetting these kids' names. I'll get to it, I promise. Come on out for forwards. Puck is dropped. Ends up behind the Thunder goalie. Got Dover fighting in the corner with it. Dakota Ridge comes out on top, takes a shot. It is rung off of the crossbar. No harm, no foul. Thunder get it out center. Karina Foos moved down the near side boards on a developing 2-on-1. She tries to get to some center ice and get a shot. She gets it forward, but nobody's there. Travis Van Winkle tries to pinch. She's unable to do so. Trevor Van Winkle is able to move it forward. We're got to be offside looking at it right now. I don't know where the puck is, but it is pushed back into the defensive zone. Dakota Ridge, soft backhand shot, easy blocker save for Dylan. Travis sends it back up, out to center ice where Dakota takes over. Dakota takes over, just sends it back up center ice. Chips it forward. It is one-on-one. Dakota Ridge shoots it high and wide, right side of the net. It cycles all the way around to the near side of the boards. Puck is pushed out to center ice. We have a stoppage of play, and it looks like we may have an offside call. Wholesale line change with 11:07 left in the game. Your Pikes Peak Thunder up 3-2. Shots are currently 18 shots for the Thunder, 15 shots on goal for Dakota Ridge. Looks like we got Isaac Everhart taking the face off. He wins it to Serafino. Serafino and Gage Nelson get the blue line and send it in the near side corner. Gage gets control. He dekes around one defender, gets the puck out to Isaac, who sends the puck back behind the goal. Marshall Kaliga pinches in, puck gets knocked out, and all the way down near side boards, there's an icing on Dakota Ridge, as it doesn't look like anybody touched it. We have another offensive line change. Will Blasco's line's coming out. This time he has Hayden Wiseman and Koa Severe. Defense is going to remain the same. It's going to be Colt Tollefson and Marshall Kaliga. All right, puck's dropped. Blasco gets it, moves it to himself again, turns and shoots. Looks like the goalie makes a save, kicks it in the corner. It's wrapped up the far side boards into the Pikes Peak Thunder far corner. Marshall gets control of the puck, loses the puck. We got a turnover. Quick shot on goal. Turns out to be nothing. And thankfully, Dylan was there to stop it. And puck slid off the stick. Looks like it ended up on the stick of the Dakota Ridge. So a quick shot on goal. We're going to go ahead and swamp out our defense. Coming on our defense is Hayden Wally and Wallace Dover. Puck drop. Again, Blasco wins it to himself, pushes it forward out of the zone. He gets the red line and throws it in on goal. Stick save to the corner behind the goal. Dakota Ridge tries to wrap it up the near side boards. Wallace Dover tries to pinch, but unable to keep it in the zone. Puck ends up in the offensive zone, but quick shot by Dakota Ridge from the blue line results in no harm, no foul. Caden Wally gets possession of it, chips it on the boards. It ends up on a stick of Koa Severe, who pushes it forward. Koa's forechecking the near side boards on the blue line, assisted by Jamison Cooper, who sends it forward. But Dakota Ridge takes over. Dakota takes over, sends it far side boards, wraps it around. There's nobody home. It ends up on a stick of Travis Van Winkle, who's coming on from the line change. He sends it over to Dover. Puck is lost in a neutral zone. Dakota Ridge takes over, but they are offside by a mile. So we're going to go ahead and do this again. We got 9:21 left in the third period. Pikes Peak Thunder up 3-2. Face-off's going to be in the far side boards right in front of the Thunder bench. We're going to have Wesley Hall taking the face-off with Jamison Cooper and Colton Snuggs. Wesley wins face-off, pushes it forward to Colton Snuggs. Unable to get it into the zone, but Van Winkle does. Nice stick check by Dakota Ridge to push it out of the zone, and they got numbers moving the other way. Dakota Ridge tries to send over a non-centering pass and loses the puck. Puck comes out of the zone, ends up on Jamison Cooper's stick, who gets the red line, sends it in the far side corner. Wesley Hall's in on the forecheck. Ooh, Jamison swing comes around, steals the puck, tries to get a shot off, but it was in his feet. Dakota Ridge pushes back out and pushes all the way back down. Looks like we're going to have an icing on Dakota Ridge as it gets all the way down to the red line. All right. 19 shots to 15. 3-2 game, 8:39 left in the third for this Tier 2 game. The second game for this Pikes Peak Thunder team this season. They're looking a lot better. a little bit more even. We need to find a little bit more gas and finish this off. Puck drop happens. Thunder control, and Gage Nelson controls in the far corner. Gage has it. He sends it out to Karina Frew, who tries to send it on goal, but it's deflected, ends up behind. Dakota Ridge tries to move it up. They're still controlling it in their defensive zone. They get the neutral zone and start to move it up with numbers. Dakota Ridge down the near side, behind the goal. Turn around, wrap around pass, quick shot on goal, quick save by Dylan. Puck ends up back in the neutral zone and slides all the way down behind the Dakota Ridge goal. Defense picks it up there and starts working the breakout. They chip it off the boards and quickly establish the zone. Holt throws a quick stick check and disrupts a nice play. Puck is in the boards, but he's got no stick. Thunder get control of it, get it out of the zone. Gage Nelson does a great job from his knees, knocking that thing out of there. Dakota Ridge 1-on-3 gets sandwiched by 3 Thunder defenders. He's only able to get a weak shot on goal, which is quickly gobbled up by Dylan. And we're going to have another face-off line change. Looks like Anthony Serafino, Gavin Leon.
I did?
Are we back? All right, so I was told that we just lost our audio feed. Hopefully we're back now. Thank you, Miss Snuggs, for letting me know that we lost audio. Hopefully we're back up now. We got 5:58 left in the third period. Lasco wins the face-off, pushes it up to center, and gets it back in. Nice job of staying on sign by Koa. Cade's Wally pinches, tries to keep it in, but Dakota Ridge is able to push it out center. Thunder maintain control. Hayden Wiseman's got control in a high slide.
Might be dying.
I do my music. I run that. I have a little mixing board. And I have all the little things. It runs like that. The whole thing runs like this. You're gonna maybe. Like that thing is killing it. It's cold, man. It's like. I should be doing by now. Let's try and plug it back in. Okay. Nope. Got nothing. All right, folks. Don't know if you can hear me or not. We had apologies for some technical difficulties. All of our mics went out, so hopefully this isn't horrible because we're running it to a different setup. While we're messing with that, the Thunder scored a couple more goals, and we were up 5-2 Thunder with 2:39. So it looks like, absent some horrible hockey, we got this game in hand. Puck drop is controlled by Dakota, who pushes it in the offensive zone at the blue line and took a soft shot that was blocked by Thunder defenseman. Puck is chipped out to the high slot, and Thunder unable to maintain control. Dakota Ridge throws a centering pass. Nice stick by Cadence Raleigh. Puck is pushed forward, but not out of the zone yet. Thunder get it out of the zone. Forechecking by Anthony Serafino. Dakota Ridge pushes it back to Cadence Raleigh, who pushes it to the far side boards. Looks like Dakota Ridge is going to control in the offensive zone. Quick check by Wallace Dover. He sends it to the length of the ice. It's not going to make the net, so we're going to end up with an icing with 1:47 less as Dakota Ridge has pulled their goalie. And we'll give this a shot. Thank you to those of you who let me know that we lost our microphones, because I have no way of knowing. All right, let's finish this game up. Dakota Ridge is taking a face off in the offensive zone. Looks like we've got Hayden Wiseman taking the face off. He wins it back behind the net, but Dakota Ridge controls in the far corner. Travis Van Winkle's fighting the puck on the board. Looks like he's being assisted by several other Thunder players, but Dakota Ridge comes out with it. Dakota Ridge had a great opportunity there to pass that and get this game closer, but he tried to hero ball that one and ends up easily in the glove of Dylan. So with 1:23 left, we're going to have another face-off. All right. 1:23 left, puck's dropped. Dakota Ridge controls on the near side ports. Centering pass goes all the way across. Puck battle in the front corner. 2 Thunder versus 1 Dakota Ridge player. Pushed out to the blue line. We've got something going on. Looks like we're going to have a penalty. Looks like Dakota Ridge is going to go to the box. We got a 2-minute slashing call on Dakota Ridge with 1:06 left. That's just a temper penalty. Looks like they were fighting in the front of the goal. And we're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone. All right, they are bringing their goalie back. So, looks like Wesley Hall, Will Blasco, and Jamison Cooper are going to be taking this face-off. And the Van Winkles are going to be they're going to be sitting at defense. Puck is dropped, under control, back to the point to Travis. Van Winkle, Dakota Ridge pushes it forward. Well, this could be problematic. We got a 2-on-0. There's a nice pass of Dakota Ridge, but Travis is able to get back and break that up. Puck ends up behind the board. But Dakota Ridge is controlling in the zone. 46 seconds left in the game. Thunder get a nice stick on it. Blasco takes it up center ice. Him and Wesley Hall take it in. Wills tries a shot from the blue line. It goes just wide left. Wesley Hall tries a forecheck. Dakota Ridge is able to push it off center ice. In the offensive zone. Try to deke around. Tried to deke. Unable to do so, but able to maintain control. Thunder moving forward and empty net goal. We got an empty net goal by number 84. Whom I apologize. That would be Marshall Clay. He gets an empty net goal with 12.6 seconds. He was able to get it on up.
Let it run out.
Yep, looks like they're just going to let this game run out. We'll see if we get a puck drop or not. Puck's drop, face-off is won by Karina, and that's it. A 6-2 W for your Pikes Peak Thunder. 6-2 W over Dakota Ridge. Pretty decent third period. Thunder controlled this game from beginning to end. We appreciate you sticking with us. Apologies for all the technical difficulties. We must see you tomorrow.